There is a quiet moment that comes to many people after retirement. It often arrives in the early morning or late at night. The house is calm. The noise of working life has faded, and yet something inside stays alert. Not loud, not dramatic, just a soft tightening in the chest when you think about tomorrow or next year or 10 years from now. You might notice it when you reach for your wallet and pause, or when you look at a bank statement and feel unsure how to feel about what you see. Not panic, not relief, just a strange stillness, like you were holding your breath without realizing it. You worked for decades. You planned. You saved. You were careful. And now, in this season of life, there is more time, more quiet, more space to think. And sometimes that space brings questions you didn't expect to carry. There are moments when you want to enjoy something simple. A meal out, a small trip, a gift for someone you love. And yet your hand hesitates. Your mind checks itself. Is this okay? Is this wise? Is this too much? You might tell yourself you are being responsible, or cautious, or sensible. And maybe you are, but deep down there's often another feeling underneath. A feeling that is harder to name. A feeling that doesn't show up on paper. You may wonder why spending your own money feels heavier now than it did before. Why it feels easier to say no, even when nothing terrible would happen if you said yes. Why comfort sometimes brings unease instead of ease. You're not alone in this. Many retirees experience this quiet tension, even if they never talk about it. It shows up in small ways, in decisions postponed, in pleasures delayed, in a constant mental checking and rechecking. You might find yourself thinking about time more than you used to. Not in a dramatic way. Just a steady awareness that life feels different now, that the future feels more fragile, that the margin for error feels smaller. You may notice that money, which once felt like something you earned and used, now feels like something you must protect. Almost like a fragile resource that needs guarding, as if once it's gone, it can never be replaced. And sometimes you might ask yourself questions you don't answer out loud. What if I need this later? What if something unexpected happens? What if I live longer than I think? What if I make the wrong choice? These thoughts often arrive quietly. They don't demand attention. They just linger. They sit beside you when you make everyday decisions. They influence you without asking permission. You might remember a time when spending money felt simpler, when income came in regularly, when tomorrow felt predictable, when saving and spending had a clear rhythm. Now that rhythm has changed. And when rhythms change, the body and mind take time to adjust. Even when everything looks fine on the surface, you may also carry memories from earlier in life, times when money was tight, times when you had to be careful, times when spending felt risky or irresponsible. Those memories don't disappear just because circumstances improve. They live quietly inside you. And in retirement, when things slow down, they sometimes speak louder. You might notice that you don't fear spending money on others as much as you fear spending it on yourself. You're happy to help family, happy to contribute, happy to give. But when it comes to your own comfort or joy, hesitation returns. And you may not know why. You may ask yourself if you're being too cautious, or if this is simply wisdom that comes with age. You may wonder if other people feel this way too, or if something is wrong with you. There is often a sense that you should feel more relaxed by now, that retirement was supposed to bring relief. And when that relief doesn't fully arrive, it can feel confusing, so you stay quiet about it. You smile. You say you're fine. And you keep holding on. At some point, though, a gentle understanding begins to form. Not all at once. Slowly, like light coming through a window in the early morning. The fear around spending money in retirement is rarely about money itself. It's about safety. It's about control. It's about wanting to make sure the life you've built doesn't slip through your fingers. For many people, money became a symbol of security over a lifetime. It represented effort, sacrifice, responsibility. It meant you were doing the right thing. It meant you were protecting yourself and the people you love. When work ended, that symbol didn't disappear, but its role changed. And that change can feel unsettling. There is also the simple truth that retirement brings uncertainty. Not dramatic uncertainty, just quiet unknowns. How will my health be? How long will I live? What will I need later? And when answers are unclear, the mind looks for something solid to hold on to. Money often becomes that anchor. Holding onto it tightly can feel like holding on to certainty itself. But there is another layer, one that many people don't talk about. Spending money in retirement can feel like acknowledging time passing, like admitting that life is moving forward in a way that cannot be reversed. Using money for enjoyment can feel strangely final, as if each decision marks a chapter closing. So hesitation shows up, not because you're doing anything wrong, but because your mind is adjusting to a new way of being in the world. Understanding this doesn't mean you suddenly change how you spend. It simply means you stop judging yourself for how you feel. There is kindness in recognizing that caution can come from care, not fear. That hesitation can come from wisdom, not weakness. Many retirees find peace not by forcing themselves to spend, but by gently listening to what their concern is trying to protect. Often it's trying to protect dignity, independence, the ability to choose later, even if you don't choose now. When you see it that way, the fear softens. It becomes a conversation instead of a battle. You might start to notice that not. Every spending decision needs to carry the weight of the future. Some decisions are simply about today, about comfort, about connection, about being present. This doesn't mean ignoring caution. It means allowing room for balance, allowing yourself to trust the life experience that brought you here. You didn't arrive at retirement by accident. You arrived through decades of judgment, learning, and resilience. That wisdom didn't disappear when you stopped working. It's still there, quiet, steady. Sometimes reassurance comes from remembering that adjustments are part of this season, that no one expects you to have everything figured out, that it's okay to move slowly. You don't have to prove anything anymore, not to your past self, not to anyone else. Peace often comes when spending decisions are no longer about fear of loss, but about honoring the life you're living now. That doesn't mean spending more. It means spending with gentleness, with awareness, with self-respect. It means noticing when hesitation is helpful and when it's simply habit, and treating both with kindness. There is dignity in being careful. And there is dignity in allowing yourself ease. Retirement isn't about perfection. It's about permission. Permission to rest, permission to adjust, permission to trust yourself in a new way. As time goes on, many people find that the fear loosens its grip, not because circumstances change, but because understanding grows. They begin to see that holding onto money tightly doesn't always bring more safety. Sometimes it just brings more tension, and letting go, even a little, doesn't mean losing control. Sometimes it means finding it again. If you've ever felt this quiet fear, this pause, this internal checking, know that it doesn't mean you're failing at retirement. It means you care. It means you're aware. It means you're human. And perhaps the most reassuring thought of all is this: you are allowed to feel cautious and still enjoy your life. You are allowed to protect yourself and still find comfort. You are allowed to move forward at your own pace. There is no rush, no deadline, no right way to feel. Just you, your experience, and the life you are still living. And sometimes simply understanding why your heart hesitates is enough to let it rest a little easier.